Welcome back to Hot Rod Mess. I'm Angie.
And I'm Candice.
Today we're going to be talking about creepers in the back seat, which is basically like creepers. Everything and everything, right?
Everything that falls under the shadow of being creepy online or creepy in person.
Yeah. Well, we've had some serious creepers, I think, recently. Like,
Definitely.
very awkward individuals when we started this whole adventure. And I don't, it's fucking funny.
It's like they come out of the woodwork. They're like, oh, there's a new account.
Yeah.
Let's see what they're doing.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can try and like worm my way in there. Like, there's some dude, I think he asked her like 4 times, are you married?
Oh, that's the guy.
Well, there we go.
So here it is. There it is. I'm gonna read it. Okay. So this is on our TikTok, right? This is the shit we get through TikTok. So this guy, this is started since February, and
It's mid-March.
It's mid-March. And he goes, now halfway through this, we kind of like, we moved our account over and then we stopped getting inboxes like this. But now since we're back on getting inboxes. I don't know. TikTok hates us. In big bold letters, it says, hello, I'm very sorry to get into your privacy. Prayer hands. Can I ask you?
High five? Is it prayer hands or is it high five?
That's prayer hands.
Okay. Is there a difference? Is there 2 different ones?
I think
I'm a
high five is like yay.
Yeah.
That's why it has a little and prayer hands is like this.
Like that millennial. I don't know.
I don't know either. I had to Google it, so.
What are you doing with your cord?
I don't fucking know. Yours is attacking you. Mine's rubbing on me. It's all good. Right? So then this dude says, I kind of ignore him a little bit. Don't answer him at all. Because, like, honestly, I know where you're going with this.
Yeah. It feels uncomfortable to ignore somebody because you're like, I want to embrace every person who wants to watch my podcast and know about me.
Correct.
But if you're going to be fucking weird at me, I don't.
Remember the guy that was, he's back on our page, by the way. That, Spank Bank guy?
Oh, yeah.
Spank Bank, yeah. So
who initiated like this kind of like spank bank and other creepy.
Yes, he is the one who initiated that. And then he says,
"Thanks for the content."
Yes, thanks, buddy. And then he says, "Are you married?" Question mark, question mark, question mark. I send back 2 Chinese people holding hands. Married. Now, all through all this, I try to be very polite because I don't want to be like, dude, you're fucking weird.
Because a view is a view, a like is a like. It
correct.
doesn't matter where it comes from. Correct. We want the follows, we want the views, we want the likes, we want the comments.
And I don't want to shit on anybody because maybe it is some like
lonely dude.
Maybe he is lonely. Maybe he lost his wife and he's just trying to hold on to straws or something.
Or his wife sitting him next to him on the couch and doesn't talk to him.
Correct. Like either way. So I always reply with any information that you need to know about us or you want to know about us, I refer them to hotrodmess.com. Mm-hmm. Any and all information is over there. You can see more content from us. You can get to know us better. You can get into like subscribe, whatever. This dude follows up with, you're so beautiful that every man would want to hold hands with somebody, and looking into your eyes alone shows me a beautiful world. I'm sugar in the raw. I'm raw cane sugar. There's no, I'm not crystally fine sugar.
No.
I'm gritty raw sugar.
You're sweet, but you come in with the edge.
Yeah. So then he asks, okay, by the way, if you can afford 5 G's a week to pay somebody, let me tell you, you're not on TikTok scrolling to find people.
No.
Because I used to, when I drove for the limousine company, I used to actually drive this escort. She was a professional escort. She was so beautiful. She was so nice. And I used to drive her to meet men.
That's awesome.
But she went through, like, she was with an agency and they, whatever. And then she eventually actually went out on her own. But she would get paid. These guys would have to, first they'd have to be validated through the agency. Their income would have to be validated. They'd have to pay up front. And she said, and then we would, she would go out with them and she'd go and meet them for dinner. She did wear, like, if they were going to a certain place, she would wear, outfits.
She dressed appropriately.
Right, for the occasion.
Didn't look like a hooker.
Correct. She dressed appropriately for the occasion.
Yes.
And
I guess hooker wouldn't be the word for her.
No. professional
Companion?
Yeah.
Companion.
Yeah. But if you wanted to sleep with her, it was 10 G's a night.
Fucking right.
So if you can afford 10...
What are we doing wrong? Why aren't we charging our husbands?
My husband will say that he's paid a lot of money.
I paid an emotional torment.
Yes. My husband would be like, well, what do I get in return for emotional damages?
We'll call it even.
Right. All right. We'll stop there. Fine. When you're pitchy all week, what do I get for that?
So 10 grand a night.
So 10 G's a night if they wanted to sleep with her. And she always reserved the right to just not sleep with him if she didn't want to. But she had this one guy that she always saw. Mm-hmm. He was very wealthy. He lived in the Back Bay of Boston. She said he would fly in. When he would fly in, he only wanted to see her because they hit it off. They had a great relationship with each other. Mm-hmm. She said, and he kind of sort of became like my sugar daddy. Mm-hmm. And I was like, really? She goes, yeah. And he was married, got divorced. She took everything. He had to rebuild his whole life again.
Poor guy.
She cheated on him. So at that point, he said, I never want to be in a relationship. Lo and behold, he ended up essentially falling in love with her. But she was like, this is professional now.
Yeah.
And later on down the road, he actually went to her wedding when she got married. Yeah.
That's kind of cute.
It is kind of cute. He helped pay for part of her wedding and all that. Even though she made more than enough money, she could have afforded to.
Mm-hmm. But he cared about her.
Yeah, it was so cute, and I actually drove the limo for their wedding, so that was even cuter.
That's awesome.
So I got to see kind of
street walking hooker too.
Yeah, and she went to college. She started it because she was going to college and she didn't have anybody to pay her bill, and she couldn't afford to live.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Being in Boston, she wasn't actually originally from here, but she came here. And, I mean, she's from the United States, but not from Boston. And if you know anything about Boston, it's fucking expensive. There's not one thing cheap about that city.
No.
And when she moved here, she was working 3 jobs. She was doing this. She was failing her school. She wasn't doing great.
Because she had to make money and couldn't focus on school.
Correct. So then she found a friend of hers said, hey, I've been doing this for the past 3 years, and it's paid for my college, and I'm okay. Because she couldn't figure out why her friend, who had no family, no nothing, who ever came and visited, and she's like, I don't understand why. She said to me, I would sit there and wonder, how do you have a Louis Vuitton purse? How do you have this? How do you have all this? Are you a thief? She said, so finally I asked her one day, what do you do? Are you like a trust fund baby, or what's your deal? And she told her, and she was like, oh. And then the wheels started turning. Yeah. So when you're younger, right, we've talked about this before, when you're younger, you have lust, not love.
Not at all.
Not even a little bit.
I don't think I loved it. I don't think I have never loved anybody besides my husband.
Yeah. True story.
Not a single one. Didn't love my ex-husband. Didn't love my other, person who one day we'll tell that story and it's real bad.
We'll have to get back to that.
Yeah, but it's true. You have lust. When you're younger, it's lust. It's not love. There's no love. No.
My husband, I would have to say, so I've been with many men. Many men. So
that's a good song.
It is a good song. That's my song. It's my theme song.
I love 50 Cent.
Yeah. He's such a baller. So I remember thinking when I was younger, the guys would buy me this, guys would buy me that. I'd be on boats, I'd be on this, I'd be on yachts, I'd be on everything. It was great. And I'm thinking back, going, my husband would literally do anything.
Yeah.
Those men would never.
No.
And I don't think I ever, until I met my husband, and then I think it really took me 2 years into our relationship to truly understand true love. You get with somebody and you're like, I love them. Oh my God, they're so great. But
we both wear our emotions on our sleeve. We're my heart's on my sleeve, happy, want to enjoy it and all the lust and the giggles and the honeymoon. But that's not real love.
That's not real life.
No.
It's not real love. It's not real life.
No.
And the funny part is that I've had guys pay my rent. I've had guys okay, cool. Great.
You want to give me money? Sure.
Yep. I've had guys
say no.
No. I've had guys always bringing me out to dinners, fancy restaurants, this place, that place. I mean, I've gone to some crazy ass places on a dude's dime.
Mhm.
And in the end, it was literally like paying for sex because that's all we had.
Yeah. Well, it's like contractional. I'm gonna do this for you, and then we'll do that afterwards.
Right.
You know.
It's kind of what happened. And it's funny because I know that a lot of people are like, oh, well, why wouldn't you just get a sugar daddy? First of all, remember that guy that messaged us and wanted to pay us $7,000 a week
Just to talk to us.
to talk to us? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Where's my penis? Like, let me
Yeah.
aggressively jack it in you
Right.
because I don't believe it. Like, no.
but to demand 24-hour service from somebody, well, I'm not going to lie, for 7Gs, if he was really real, 7Gs a week, and you only want to talk to me, you never want to meet with me, you don't want any sexual things,
You got it.
I'm on tap, baby. What do you
Yeah.
want?
Yeah.
Like,
Whatever.
awesome. I'm not going to lie.
The person's gonna sleep sometimes. I'll sleep when he's asleep. Like,
Correct.
Do you want to pay me $7,000 a week just to text with you? All right.
That's fine. I'm okay with it. We'll call you Uncle fucking Jib Jab. Okay?
I'll be having everybody text you. I'll be like, here, I'm tired. You talked to him
Right.
for a while.
Rotate! Because I'd have to sit there and be like, listen, this person's gonna be in our life. My oldest would be like, fucking really, Mom? Seriously? You know they have an app that will automatically
He would
reply.
like write a whole program for you so you could just like auto reply.
Auto reply, auto go. And then
my God.
like let's like okay, so we're gonna start going to car shows and cruise nights and things like that.
Yeah, so look out for that. We'll put it on hotremess.com, the list of dates where we'll be, when we'll be, and that's gonna be
It's
really
gonna be
fun.
awesome.
I'm actually like excited. I'm very socially awkward, but I'm like and get nervous about stuff like that, but I'm very excited about it.
Oh, you're gonna do great.
Yeah.
You're gonna be just fine. It's gonna be so much fun.
Well, I mean, I get to walk around and look hot and look at cars, so like,
Yeah.
what more do I need?
When I first went to one, my first ever. So when Ziggy's first started out, like when I don't want to say first started out because I wasn't even born. I still seedling, not even thought about. When William and I first like took it back,
You guys
took
were
it over, and
Ziggies.
we were making it, like growing it and everything.
Mhm.
We excuse me. He said to Vicky and I, he was like, "You guys have to go to car shows, cruise nights," and we're like, "What? Why?" It's because it's great publicity. You have to wear Ziggy's and Shire, and you have to blah blah. So that's what we got our pink shirts, our black and pink shirts, and we were allowed to get them. And he said you have to go to all of them. You have to. You don't have a choice. And then when Paul passed away, in honor of Paul, I said let's do Cars and Coffee, Paul's cruise night in honor of him. So now I do it through all the car clubs. I pick a weekend, and that's my plaque night in honor of Paul. And all the money that they raise and stuff like that, part of it goes back, and then obviously part of it they have to put back into their club. But I remember going, and I'm like, I looked at Vicky, and I'm like, hey, do you know what the fuck we're supposed to be talking about? And she goes, I don't know, man. Bill, this is what she obviously calls William. She goes, Bill always be having me in some fucked up situations, so whatever. You're the talker. And I went, you motherfucking bitch. For real? And she goes, yeah, we'll be fine. You'll figure it out. I went, oh, so it's on me. She goes, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And of
I
course,
mean, same.
Yeah. So, and of course, I rolled in. The first one I went to, I was with the Trailblazer. And I had that rim.
Your favorite. Your most favorite.
Fucking devil rim.
How is it good for 3 different vehicles that can go on?
Yeah, I can go on a Trailblazer, a Tahoe, a Suburban, a Cadillac. Fucker.
So if I ever want to borrow them, I can throw them on my Yukon most
Yeah, they'll
likely?
fit. They'll go. Fucking fuck. And that rim is the devil rim right there because that's the one that
the chip one?
is it's been curbed. Not because I can't fucking drive, people, so get your, don't even go there.
She didn't want to hit the kid.
I didn't want to hit the kid, but honestly, if I had to go back, I would have just tapped the kid. It would have been fine. He would have just fallen off of his bike. I would have just hit his back tire, and it would have been okay.
Just bought him a new bike.
It would have been cheaper.
Would have bought him a nicer bike, I'm sure.
Probably a nicer bike, and it would have been cheaper. Because that fucking rim You can't buy that fucking rim. That's the problem. You can't buy that rim.
Yep.
It was one left in the country and they wouldn't drill it. Oh, and then that stupid tire. That whole ensemble right there is about $700 to $800.
Ridiculous.
My cost delivered to my door.
Yeah.
And then the one time my husband went to go pull the trigger on it, he goes, "Oh, they don't have any in stock. They're discontinued.
Of course.
See if you can find one online." Yeah, okay.
Do you have 4 of them?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then this one's just the fucked up one.
Yeah, I purposely put that there as a reminder.
Okay. But what I think is funny is that these were in your truck when my husband saw me for the first time.
Yeah. And those rims are probably why you were like, "Oh, I know that truck."
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is crazy because that's how I came about with pink was actually because of my husband. That's how, like I've been places, talk about creepers in your back seat. The pink stripes, so we were painting the Pussy Wagon. The Pussy Wagon is a Saturn Ion. That was actually a ship box that we rebuilt. My husband and his sister rebuilt. I did not. I was just there for moral support. I brought the sandwiches.
You were there to be the talker.
Yeah. He comes out and he goes, "I want to lay pink across the hood of your car." And I went, "Oh no." Actually, I looked at him and went, no, ew. Because I'm blue.
Oh, no, there's no pink.
There's no pink in my life. And he said, "Can you just not give me that look for once in your life?" And I went,
and I just want to point out that look, your daughter has given you that look. I have witnessed your daughter give you that look. So you guys have the same look.
Same look. And I'll put a post up of I'll put a post on Facebook of the Trailblazer, the original.
Yeah, send me that and I'll post it with
the OG that started all this pink. And actually in the first picture, the first car show I actually ever went to was not those rims. They were the original rims that he sold off my car. Yes. Yes. And then so he put.
I think you're telling the same story over and over again about him selling your shit.
No, it's just that much shit.
It's all the time.
It's all the time.
It's just all the time.
It's all the time. It's all good though. It's all good.
It's so funny.
But then, so we go, and then later on, we're somewhere, and this guy comes up to me and he goes, "Hey," and I'm like, "Hey, I saw you earlier."
Oh, I hate that. That is like the creepy
And I'm like,
fucking sentence.
"Okay, I saw you too." Not like.
Is this still at the car show?
No, I left the car show. We left. We were getting gas.
This is like creepy.
So now, and I'm very defensive, and I always parameter scan. Like you'll never catch me anywhere, like doing anything. Like it's just not a thing.
Have you seen those videos of women who are like, "Oh, I'm out with my husband, so I don't have to worry about anything." I know he's there. I know he's got my back, but I'm still fucking watching.
I'm still scanning. I'm still scanning.
I gotta keep. We all gotta make sure everything's good. No fucking way.
I still scan. I'm not scanning as much when I'm with him because you're not getting to me. If you ever
You're not getting within 10 feet of me.
Nope. He will cut a bitch and catch a case. He doesn't even give a fuck.
There's no concern. My safety is in any sort of jeopardy. No.
Nope, not gonna like.
Not even
exactly. Not even a question. But now I would go to car shows when Ella was a baby, and my little ride or die Jake would love going to cruise night and car shows. We would go every time I would go, he would go. Ella would go with Auntie Vicky in her car, and Jake would always ride with Mama. It was what we did, and I had at that point, because Vicky was going back to Boston, and I was going back to the Cape, and at that point I had both kids in the car.
Yep.
Now, I don't know about anybody else, but for your safety, you should always lock your vehicle.
Absolutely.
So even when you're pumping gas, leave your driver's door unlocked, but make sure
lock the other three.
Lock the other three.
But you and Abby talked about this the other day.
Yeah.
The other 3 doors need to be locked.
They need to be locked.
Men don't understand that because they don't. I don't want to say I live in fear, but I have a healthy awareness of like, Somebody can jump me and break me at literally any point.
It's
Or
not even like a
like-
in exactly that. It's not a
a
fear.
fear.
It's an awareness.
Awareness.
It's a reality. And that's
a terrifying reality, but reality nonetheless.
right.
So you're at the gas station, kids in the car.
So the guy comes up, he goes,
I saw you.
I saw
I
you.
fucking hate that.
And I'm like, well, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, so now I don't want to be rude because you are representing the company. You don't want to be, because next thing you know, you get some bad fucking review that you're a cunt.
She was a bitch to me at
Right.
the gas station.
So I'm like, oh, did you see us at the car show we were just at? I'm like, what'd you think? Like, she won, Vicky got whatever award that day. And he goes, oh, I didn't walk through the car show. I just sat and watched you guys. I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, well, if you want to talk to us further, you can meet us at you can go to our shop or something. But hey, thank you for your support.
Yep.
Back in the car, I was like, what the fuck? Like, but he's like approaching.
No.
And I'm a bubble person. Maybe it's because I'm not a hugger, but I'm a bubble person. You can crouch into my zone if I trust you. You crouch into my zone and I don't trust you, I'm going into fight mode.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, that guy was about to fucking drink some gas. Because I
can see him being like, if you're in my arm span, get out.
Correct. Like, that's
true.
Kind of how it works.
Mm-hmm.
And because when I did martial arts, the number one rule is if somebody, like, so your arm span, you talk about that, your arm span. Mm-hmm. Once you cross this, now you're in my reach.
Mm-hmm. Now I can get you.
And if you cross that, then now you've crossed into my world and you're intimidating me on purpose. Now I have the right to defend myself.
I like that.
But if you don't come in, now mind you, I got monkey motherfucking arms. My arms are pretty fucking long. So, like, if you're in my bubble, you're pretty fucking...
Yeah, you're pretty
close. But that is because if you go to lunge or punch somebody, mm-hmm. you don't want to overextend.
No, of course not. So
if you cross over, now that's an intimidating situation. I have every right to defend myself.
I love that.
That was one of my trainers told me that, and I've always kind of lived by that rule.
I like that.
But it's fucking weird, dude. And then where was I? Oh, I was at BJ's recently, and this guy comes up to me, and he goes, I'm talking to because I do all the fucking commercials now, which I love actually doing the commercials, but I don't really love the chaos that comes with them.
It's because your voice is very recognizable.
Oh, yeah. It's brutal. But he says, he goes, hey, you're the Zinks girl. And I went, yep, yes I am. I love your ads. I always want to hear what you have to say next.
Listen to our podcast, bitch.
Right. This is before the podcast. This is kind of like what stemmed podcast. And I was like, oh, cool. I'm like, I really... Now, mind you, I'm in like... I hate shopping, by the way. People hate shopping. I may check off the box. So I go in, I get what I need, and check, I'm out. Mm-hmm. I hate shopping with a passion.
You need to do click and collect.
Yes.
It is my favorite thing in the world.
I hate it. I hate shopping with a passion. But things I love, we'll walk through an entire fucking store touching trinkets for a house or touching doorknobs for doors. Like, I love looking at houses and all that. But no, I don't want to go in the store. I'm good.
So guy comes up to you.
Yeah.
Tells you Ziggy's girl.
Yeah. And then he says, I follow you guys and I follow your voice. And I'm like, what do you mean you follow my voice? I kind of followed you like through here so I could talk to you. I heard your voice and
So he followed you through the store?
Kind of. Yeah.
Aye.
So you literally, what you're saying is, to me, I interpret that as, so you followed my voice through the store to follow me to line. And then I wanted to say to him, did you get all the items that you needed? Because that's going to really suck if you have to walk back through.
I mean, yeah, did he?
I don't know. I never
following you.
He was kind of sitting there dumbfounded at that point.
Yeah.
And was like, okay. And then...
So fucking creepy.
It's so fucking creepy. And then he proceeds to tell me about his hot rod that he just bought because he was so excited to tell me. And that's like, you know what? Actually awesome at that point.
That's great. And less creepy.
Less creepy.
You don't need to say, I followed you through the store.
Correct. Like,
that's an inside thought.
Right? think that one through. Because there are like famous people out there that get followed, and people are like, I'm so sorry that I've been like following you, but I really love your autograph or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not that famous or anything like that, but
we will be.
We will be. But that I understand. So if you let it with, I'm sorry I was following you because I really wanted to talk to you because I think you're the Ziggy's girl. Total different story.
Yeah, it's a little less creepy.
It's less creepy. I'm less defensive.
Yes, not in like, why are you following me?
Right. So then he tells me about his Mazda, whatever it is, little supercar, and I come out and I'm like, that's so gay. That is not a hot rod.
Mazda's.
It was a beautiful little convertible car. It was
the ones
so
that are
cute.
like this big.
Yeah. It was not a Miata. It's whatever the new one is. I'll have to look it up and see.
I almost read one over. They're too small.
Yeah. But I'm like, oh, okay. Now all my license plates are very distinct. So I get a I was where was I? I was somewhere, and the guy goes, "Oh, I knew exactly who you were the other day. I followed you for a little bit when we were on the highway because I thought it was fun." What? Yeah, you're bad, and I'm like, just because you know my license plate number doesn't give you the right. Like that's kind of creepy that you thought that it was okay to follow
That's
me.
That's really not okay. And now I'm thinking my vanity plate.
And the other thing is like, but all of them are that way. And I don't really care because, like, I'm always carrying. And if you come up at me and you try to fucking hurt me or stab me, you're going out. Get right with Jesus before you come to me.
Yeah.
Because you're going to meet him. Like,
yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, fair warning, people. We both are licensed.
Yeah.
So
don't fuck with us. But then we had, recently, I'm at the kids' school, and Hot Rod Mass. All the kids there know it's Hot Rod Mass's mom. Poor Ella. She's no longer Ella. She's Hot Rod Mass's mom. And
oh
like,
my god,
poor thing. So like all like even now a couple of the parents are following us.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, oh god, this could go real south quick. But we're there.
I'm sure you say plenty of out of pocket shit though that people are used to you.
Girl, I say out of pocket shit all the time, and
Yeah.
I don't even give a shit. Like,
Oh.
I do not give a flying rat's ass.
There's no point in giving a shit anymore. Like,
No.
what the fuck?
No.
Like, no.
Not even a little bit.
No.
Not even a little bit.
No.
And it's funny because when you tell people, like, I'm married, they're like, oh, you are?
Mhm.
Like, I'm not quiet about my husband.
No, not at all. I feel like every other sentence is something to do with your husband.
Right, same. Like, you're the same.
Yeah, all I talk about is my husband. He's the only person I like.
Correct. Correct. Other than my children, he's the only person I really like. Yeah. Depends on what day. We always love you guys.
Love you guys so much. Just liking.
Liking is limited. But what do you got anything for creepers?
So I always like was kind of interested in the sugar daddy thing. So like I sort of explored it a little bit, but never really got anywhere because I couldn't like commit. And then I was afraid of like, oh my god, what if this person's scamming me or whatever. But I did meet this one guy on Instagram. He's like middle of Europe somewhere, like probably fucking Turkey or some shit. Like I have no idea. Me and him,
They have
like,
beautiful Vishlas over there. Just saying.
so maybe we need to go.
Yes.
But we texted over Instagram for probably like a year and a half, and he would like send me underwear or like never really
awesome.
never asked for dirty pictures, never asked for anything. But he sent me this really expensive pair of underwear. But yeah, I don't know. I always like if somebody wants to pay me $1,000, $5,000 just to talk to them a week, like fine, like I would totally be down with that. But I don't buy it for a second. Like you said, like if you're on TikTok, like, oh, I'll give you $7,000. No. It's all over Twitter. Twitter is the worst for it.
Yeah.
It's the fucking worst on Twitter. You're like, I'm a pay pig.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, no, you're not.
It's almost exhausting.
Exhausting. Like, and I've blocked a bunch of them on Twitter because
Yeah.
I'm like, I want, or X, whatever the fuck it's called.
X.
Like, I like Twitter, but I don't want to see like, oh, I'll send you $3,000. I get like notifications. It's like, oh, I'll give you $1,000. No, you won't. No, you won't.
No, you're not. You're not going to give $1,000 out to anybody just because. Like, I put out for my husband, and let me tell you, if I go, babe, except for recently, if I go, babe, I need $1,000. He'd be like, the fuck? No?
Yeah.
Stop showing me. Get away. Like, that's how it works.
Yeah.
And he's a married man. Could like not that I mean, and He's not abusive, guys, or anything like that, and he would totally give me the money if I needed it.
He's not withholding anything.
Yeah, he's not withholding anything. I'm not like under some secret spell.
You know, it feels like the amount that I love my husband. Sometimes I'm like, what do you put in my food?
Like,
Why do you?
yes. Why do I love
Why
you?
do I love you so
You're
much?
moody as
Why
fuck.
do these two like men have roped us in?
Right. What kind of drug am I on with you?
And I mean, they're literally the same person, so they really have figured something out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, it's so funny because speaking of like money, recently I walked up to him. So Ella and I are in the store, and I get a phone call about a car and everything, and we've been waiting for our number to come up, and our number came up, and he goes, so this is talk about your husband's being your ride or die, right? I walk up to him. I've always wanted to like actually say this, and it like mean like we're actually going.
Mm-hmm.
So I walk up to him. I call Jacob, and I call my husband, and I go, "You guys need to meet me. Where are you?" "I'm at the shop. I'm headed back to the shop. I'm on a test drive." "Okay, great. When you guys get back here, you need to meet me in the parking lot next door. And then just come along." "Okay, weirdo."
Yeah, right.
So they both come running out. I get out of the car. I walk up to them. My husband is naturally on the phone because he's always
Your husband on the phone.
he's always wheeling and dealing or whatever at the shop. Whatever. So he's on the phone, and I'm looking at him, and Jacob looks at me. Now, Ella's in the front seat of the Navy, and she's got the window down because I haven't heard that girl get out.
Can't prevent you miss anything.
Yeah. And Jacob goes, he's got his hands in his pocket, and he kind of looks at me with this concerned look. He goes, "Did someone die? What is the secrecy?" And I'm like, "Would I be this happy if someone died?" And he goes,
Depends.
"Yeah, probably." And Ella goes, "Yes." The answer is yes. I'm like, "These are so mean."
I mean, I agree. So
True story, actually.
depends on who it is, but
Depends on who it is. If it was an animal, I would not. I'd be nervous. I'd be like, you would have to peel me off the ground.
my turkey hurt her leg, and I'm like in devastation mode that she's probably gonna die soon. So like, yeah.
Oh, I get it. I get it. So, William's now off the phone, and he goes, puts his hands in his pocket, and he goes, "What's up?" I said, "I need $5,000. I need you to travel with me far away. Don't ask any questions, but we're gonna have to leave soon." He goes, and Jacob starts laughing. "Okay, you've never given me $5,000." And he looks over at him with a dead serious face. "That's what she needs. When do we leave?" And he obviously, I told him what was going on with it after and everything and all that. So now we're just in the waiting game of the arrival, which I'm going to keep everybody in suspense because when this little fucker shows up, oh, she's a
I think I can take a guess.
She's a delicious dream.
Oh, good boy.
And I can't wait because I'm going to drop her with a fucking, I'm going to introduce her with an amazing TikTok.
All right.
Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. So,
but get a sugar daddy to, hey, I need $5,000.
It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. But the thing is, like, so all these women out there that are striving to get a sugar daddy and striving to get another man to pay your bills, I don't want to say have self-respect, but have self-awareness.
Yeah.
Because
some of them it's empowering. So women find it to be, I mean, I would find it to be empowering.
Yeah. But I actually want to reference, we all know I love Bunny, but I'm going to reference Bunny because I actually watched a little clip of one of her upcoming podcast episodes, and she talks about how she will not help women get into the sex world. Mm-hmm. She's so many people. Oh, that's what it was. Somebody else was shitting on her and saying you're a horrible person. She says, "How dare you? Like, I stepped out of this world to have a better life and do all this, and I encourage women to find their beauty first in their own." I forget exactly what she said, but basically it was, she does not. Like, women reach out to her and say, "How do I get into this world? How do I?" And she's like, "No, it's not a world to get into. Mm-hmm. You have to really understand the world." Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of chaos that comes with it. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, when you step into that world,
It depends on how you're stepping into it. Or is it survival sex work, or
Correct.
is it just to like help yourself?
Correct.
And are you actually choosing to do it? And that's what makes the difference.
Yeah.
It's not I need to feed my kids. It's I could use a couple $100 extra a
Right.
month to like buy myself a new purse.
Right. Like people asked the other day, like, well, you're selling photos online of yourself. And I said, so what? It's just a photo.
Mm-hmm.
It literally is a photo. It doesn't define who I am. It doesn't, it's just a beautiful, sexy photo. And actually, when I take photos at all of myself, to me, in my own thought process, that's what you see is my beauty coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not posing as a poser, or like if you saw me in a fucking completely like rainbow bright hair and all that, then you know that someone put me up to it.
That's not you.
But in front of a hot rod, or for one of those photos with the chain, that signifies who I am.
Mm-hmm.
So you're actually getting a real sugar raw of me.
Yeah.
That's who I am. That's when I feel the most comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, I actually feel the most comfortable not having clothes on.
I love that. I think about that all the time. Actually, when I'm getting dressed, I'm like, Angie says she looks better naked, and sometimes I'm like, I do look better naked.
Right.
Like I don't need all the extra shit on.
No, like
You know?
I look better naked because everything goes where it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Even though things are not where they're technically supposed to be because of 3 kids later, blah blah blah.
Mm.
But
Move this way, move that way.
but I look beautiful.
You do.
And the thing is, like, so my husband recently is like, well, can you wear more lingerie and all this? And I'm like, I don't want to. It's uncomfortable for me. It puts me in a state, in my body in a state, because I'm got flapping fucking jack and all that. It puts me in a state where I'm not comfortable. So I guess my biggest thing is like, make sure if you're gonna get a sugar daddy or whatever,
Enter sex work,
whatever it is, you're in control.
Absolutely.
You're driving the bus.
You have to be.
You have to be.
When Douglas and I started making stuff a couple of years ago, it was going great. We're having a great time, really fun. I made good money doing it. Paying taxes made good money, like, you know.
Yeah.
And then I lost my own confidence, and we had to stop. And I'm glad. I'm sad that we did, because we would be doing really good if I had kept going. But I wasn't in the right headspace, so I couldn't do it. And luckily, I have a husband who's like, "All right,
Right.
you're cool. You can't. Then we don't." He was never forced. Never was like, "Keep going. No. We need the money." No, you're done. We'll figure it out.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, and that's just it. Like William and I, like we've been in tons of weird situations because of our lifestyle and all that. But the rule is a rule. If I say I'm out, I'm out. Mm-hmm. And that's the difference. You have to have that respect, and that's where it's lust, not love.
Exactly.
Lust would force you through it. Mm-hmm. Love would go, we're done.
Nope.
And it's like where I'm at right now. Like I need to get my tits fixed. Mm-hmm. Like everybody's like, oh, when are you getting to that step of your life? Like when's that page going to be up and running and all that? Well, I'm not comfortable.
Yeah, you can't do it until you're comfortable.
Right. And if you're not comfortable, it's not going to happen.
You're not going to put the effort that it takes to make it happen.
Correct. And the other thing you got to think about is it's a lot of work, as you know, because a lot of editing and a lot of this and a lot of that, because you have to
posting and interacting and all that.
It's a lot.
Push people from this site to that site.
Yeah, it's a lot. Mm-hmm. So when you're doing it, it's very challenging, mentally challenging. Then you have to be mentally, like if you're doing it with your partner, then you have to be mentally stable with your partner, because then jealousy comes in, and envy and jealousy is the worst in life. And then naturally you have people that are trying to get you to solicit yourself to them or whatever and all that.
Just never gonna happen, people. Sorry.
No. So you have to treat it like a job.
Yeah.
It's a job. That's literally it. And I said that to my husband. He's like, well, how are you going to deal with it? And I said, it's just a job.
It's the job.
It's no different than if I was an actor and I had to go to work and I had a sex scene. That's what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going home.
Yep.
It's the same thing.
Mhm.
It's just a job. Now, maybe because I was kind of introduced to that world a long time ago, it's much easier for me personally to turn it off and turn it on.
Mhm.
Maybe. Maybe it's just because that's who I am and I
Mhm.
can decipher the difference.
You can compartmentalize very well.
Yes. Very, like,
Well, that's your childhood did that to you.
yeah.
I mean, it's useful as an adult.
It is very useful.
Mhm.
And actually, it's funny because my daughter recently, she's getting blindsided by items. He bought me this, we bought me that. And I'm like, stop. Stop. There's a word for that. It's called a sugar daddy. She goes, what? I'm like, yeah. And actually her dad stepped in because I spoke to him and I said, listen, you need to talk to your daughter.
Yeah.
Maybe if it comes from you I'm just going to tell you I'm just going to tell you what's going on. Maybe I'm being neurotic,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't feel this is going in the right manner. She's too young. She doesn't understand. She's not going to grasp the difference between this and that. And they live in a world where they have TikTok and they have this and they have that. So they're seeing
this person has that thing, so I want that thing too.
Right. And what they're not understanding is when you see TikToks, those are staged.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the TikTok that we just did.
Mm-hmm.
That was staged.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is kind of staged. If you're doing,
I clean the 2 feet on the counter behind me, and I don't move.
Right. I'm really terrible at that. So you see any of mine, you're like, that bitch's house. But it's all staged, and I try to tell her what you're seeing is not real.
Mm-hmm.
It's not reality.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you did a TikTok with your boyfriend, and you did but that's not real. It's not how life works, and he has to respect you. I don't know what happened. She said Dad came in my room and talked to me, and that's kind of why I broke up with him. Dad had that influence, but was said doesn't matter.
Okay.
But my husband, you have to understand, husband never gets involved when it comes to kids. It's go ask your mother. Well, that's too much emotion. Talk to your mother.
Mm-hmm.
Not too much emotion, but like that's a girl thing. I don't
Yeah.
know how to. Like when she was little, and he would go to change her, and she'd be like, "Look at me! Like look at my rash!" And he'd be like, "Yes." And then he actually stopped. He stopped giving her tubbies because she was very. Ella's like her mom, very touchy.
Yeah.
And he was like, "This is nope. I can't. Nope." So he completely like when she got her period. He's like, "I don't want to hear about it. She's still a little girl to me. She's still my little baby. I don't want to hear about it." And so he's never ever gets involved when it comes to her. As far as to him, she's still his little girl, and she still wants to hold his hand when they walk in places. Oh. And like that's to him, that's it. That's how he sees her. My little princess. She does nothing wrong.
So cute.
It is cute, but when Mama steps in and says, "I don't know what to do," like maybe you can have a heart to heart with her, like a dad daughter heart to heart.
Yep.
Because she's not gonna listen to me. She's listening to me beat it out of her constantly, drilling. Well, with the boys, I'm the fun one. He's the drill sergeant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. My middle one, he gets yelled at more than anything. I got in an argument with one of our family members, and I asked my son, I go, was I yelling at her? Was I being mean? He goes, no. I go, well, you know what? I'm going to trust you more than anyone because I yell at you the most.
Yeah, 100%. Not only that, they're going to be the ones that are like, this is my opportunity to tell her. I'm never going to get this opportunity again.
Asking me if I was yelling. And he was like, no, homie, you were talking.
Yeah, like I'm never going to get this opportunity again. It's never going to
happen. God damn it, I can't tell if she was yelling.
Yes.
He's been very good lately. He's been going, Mama, I do not want to argue. I just want to talk about this. And I'm like, wow.
We actually have a word in our house. Well, not a word, but in my house, I've always told my kids, I'm your safe zone for anything you want to talk about. Mm-hmm. And if you say, I need to talk to you about anything and I don't want judgment, I just shut up.
Good.
That's it. So if you say those words to me, I know that I need to kind of step out of mom role and just be your listening therapist.
The oldest has said that to me. She goes, I just need to talk at you. I don't want advice. I just need to say it.
Yeah.
And then I'll listen. Oh, do you want to hear what I have to say? I'll either get a yes or a no. And if I get a no, fine.
Yeah.
I'll tell her father what I thought later.
Yeah. Or then later on down the road, Ella will come downstairs. So you have nothing to say. I'm like, you asked me not to say anything. So you're just not going to say anything. Just because I said not to say anything doesn't mean I don't want to hear what you have to say. I'm like, that's not how the rule works.
It's not how it works.
Tell me to shut up. I'm going to shut up.
I love it.
Now I need to know what you have to say. And then she'll go, Mother, I didn't want your opinion anyways. This is why I didn't want your opinion.
Oh,
and I'm like, what the fuck just happened in my world right now? And I'm like, so now you don't want, now I'm like, now my inner like ghetto douche comes out. My inner fucking girl on the street, fucking ghetto
taking
girl.
your earrings
Yeah.
out.
You want to fucking square up? You asked me, bitch.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's the reality of my life. I keep reaching for my glasses and they're not there.
They're
anymore.
right there. Do you want to hear some of my sugar daddy?
Yes. Yes.
A few years ago, I was testing the dating waters online. Anyone who presents as females knows damn well just existing invites a whole bunch of weirdos and scumbags. Duh. A popular scam is dudes pretend to be sugar daddies. I don't know why they even looked my way. Honestly, all my dating profiles were heavily, I just like coffee. Anyways, the scam they're basically saying is they're trying to hook up with you with the promise of, I'm looking for a baby to spoil, $3,000 a week allowance. Interested? The scam come back saying that they need money for you to finance the transaction. So basically, I'm not going to read through the whole thing, but basically,
is it through the WhatsApp? Because we've gotten that one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So what's your WhatsApp? So basically, she like talks to this dude and like winds them all up. Yeah, we're gonna go on cruises and it's gonna be great. And he goes, okay, I need you to send me $100, and then I can send you $3,000. You have to pay the fee to get it sent. And so she goes, well, how do I know that you're real? Why don't you send me 50 and I'll send you back 150 and then you can send me the 3,000. The guy says, okay, sends her the 50, blocks him. She gets the $50, never sends him anything else.
That's awesome.
And what she said, I went and got myself a book and I immediately blocked him everywhere. He never disputed it or tried to stop it. So chump change in the end, went book shopping and got myself a little treat.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Listen, I'm like, it's like that old scam where people would be like, oh, I'll hire you for a job. Cash his check and send me back half of it.
Yeah, who does that? The common sense people. If somebody's giving you something, they're giving it to you.
You don't need to send them anything back.
You don't send anything back. Now, unless it comes through your Venmo and you want it immediately, then you're paying the fee. I mean, that's how it works.
Remember the thing with Venmo when I sent you money for our photos and it charged me a fee because it didn't think that I knew her. It was like protecting me.
$14.95.
We have the same fucking last name.
Correct.
We have the same last name.
Same last name. Same. That's what they red flag.
Yeah, that's probably they're like, I don't know, these people, they're sketchy, sending each other money.
Yeah.
Like,
so funny.
so funny. All right, there's another one.
These are great. So you can go on Reddit, guys, and you can like pull up all these things.
I'm a Reddit junkie. And Douglas just started getting into Reddit, and he'd be like, oh my god, read this story. And it's...
I went down the rabbit hole a couple days ago, and I was like, put it down.
Oh, I love it. And then I'll accidentally get sucked into like the dead bedroom subreddit, and I'm like fascinated by couples who don't have sex anymore. I mean,
weird.
I'm entirely fascinated by it. Like, yeah, we haven't had sex in 3 years. She won't come near me. Or what? Sometimes it's the guy who won't sleep with the woman, and the woman's like, oh my god, my husband won't have sex with me anymore. And I'm like, how?
So, I have a really funny story about that.
All right.
Okay. All right. So talk about me being very blunt. Okay. We have friends that we're going through a rough time. They've been going through a rough time. They're great together, but alcohol is the problem on both sides. So if both of them actually stopped drinking, then they would be able to connect with each other better. Like the writing's on the wall. And a lot of times, as I've told you before, I sit back and I analyze things and I watch. And I'm not judging. I'm analyzing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I watch your body language, that one and this one, and I can kind of pinpoint what's going on in the situation.
Or you can tell me about me before I even know about me.
Correct. It's like my thing. It's like my superpower.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's great. So, but we were out on the boat one night, and we used to go out once a week, all of us adults out on the boat. We'd go tubing, whatever.
Cute.
We'd have dinner on the boat. Everybody would bring a dish, and because the boat has like
no Cheetos.
No fucking Cheetos on my fucking boat.
I'm bringing my hot Cheetos. If I'm going on your boat, I'm bringing my spicy Cheetos.
But you're gonna hand you a bag of wipes. Is it for your hands? Don't step on the boat. That's short of it is some kid. My boat was literally 3 days old. This kid gets on my boat with Cheetos. I have very light tan custom interior on my boat, and he just and I was like, and if anybody knows me, I do not like dirty things. I like things very.
You can deal with a mess of chaos, but it has to be clean.
It has to be a clean, organized chaos. Mm-hmm. That's how it works.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're on the boat, and
how many different couples is it?
There's like eight couples on the boat. Mm-hmm. And William and I are the only ones that are in the lifestyle that's on this boat. Nobody else is in lifestyle. They're all vanilla, as we call them.
Rude.
And we're jumping off. Now it's getting dark. The lights are on the boat. We're just swimming in the lake. And this girl comes up behind me and, like, caresses my butt. And I'm in the water, and I'm like, hey. And I don't ever react, like, in that manner, because I've had people touch me, and I'm like, and I'll just go, hey, how's it going? So I back up, and she goes, I haven't had sex in, like, 5 years. And I'm like, but you're so touchy. Like, what? Yeah. Just the thought of him repulses me. And I'm like,
why are you married?
I was like, oh, why? She goes, I'm just so angry with him. I'm like, oh, so then fuck it out. And she goes, what? I'm like, fuck it out. What does that mean? And I went, that means...
Do you not have angry sex with your husband?
Yeah. I was like, instead of getting angry and avoiding him, get angry and fuck the shit out of him. Or vice versa.
Yeah.
Don't even talk to him while it's going on.
No, that's no talking
sex.
That's
a no talking sex. And she goes,
I love talking sex. This is no talking sex.
And she goes, what? I'm like, now all your nerves and everything are completely relaxed. You feel better. And then maybe you can have a conversation. Because his mind is clear because you've cleared his pipes. Yep. Like, you just have to fuck it out. Like, it's a thing.
You literally need to fuck it out.
And she goes, I don't know, I'll try it.
And?
So, fast forward, now we're back on the boat the following week. Her husband comes up to me.
Oh, fucking A.
He goes, I need to talk to you. Okay.
Okay, bud.
I was like, okay. I'm like, well, first of all, you may want to tone that fucking voice down.
I'm happy with that.
And he goes, oh, no, I need to talk to you. And I'm like, well, still tone that down. And he goes, fucking Angie. And I'm like, what's up, buddy? He goes, I just want to say thank you. I'm like, what? Your advice. Fuck it out. I don't know what happened. I was sleeping. She came over, and she kind of raped me. And I'm like, well, it's not rape if it was voluntary. Was it voluntary or were you raped? He goes, it was totally voluntary.
Yeah.
It was great.
That's awesome.
And I was like, that's awesome. And then later, we had a little conversation. And then as I watched them throughout that summer, they were like hugging each other, leaning on each other. And she's still pissed off at him. But the connection was kind of back. And I was like, oh, all right. That's so great. And then later on, she asked for a divorce, but now they're not getting a divorce. Maybe they fucked it out again. I don't know. I haven't talked to them in years.
Yeah.
In like a year. Actually, I should say years. In like a year.
Yeah.
Because I avoid the alcohol. But it was just so funny. Like, you have to have that connection. You have to fuck it out.
Absolutely. Well, that's why it's love.
Yes.
The long and short of all the Reddit shit that I read about sugar daddies, it's just everybody's trying to scam everybody, and they just don't exist. One woman posted in there, she's like, look, if you're not sleeping with your sugar daddy, it's not a real sugar daddy. She's like, nobody's paying you for your pictures. Yeah, okay, OnlyFans or that type of shit, that's one thing. But nobody's gonna give you thousands of dollars a week. And it's true. And I feel badly for the people who get wrapped up in the scam and get caught and
Yeah.
it sucks. But like
It's
yeah,
not
be careful.
I gotta say, if anything ever happens to my husband, I say that everybody thinks it's a joke. It's down outright fucking for real. My name is gonna be Natasha. I'm gonna wear a fucking wig. You guys are never gonna know who I am. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna use a burner house for banging, a burner phone for talking, and a burner car. It'll be an ordinary plate. Nobody will know. I may even roll up in one of my Ford Tauruses. Okay, call it a day. And you can just pay my way, motherfucker, because that's how it's gonna work. I'm never coming out of pocket for anything.
Yeah.
That's how it's gonna work. And my husband's like, no, you need to get remarried. I'm like, no, fuck no. No, I don't. No, I don't. I'm gonna find me a sugar daddy, and that's where my life is gonna be. That's it.
I'm gonna get a girlfriend.
I thought about a girlfriend.
I miss women so much.
Yeah, but see, I can have a woman whenever I want. So
Yeah.
it doesn't. For me, it's like, eh.
Yeah, you don't have that. It's been like 10 years since I slept with a woman. Something like.
Why don't you get a girlfriend?
But then I'd have to let Douglas sleep with her, and I'm not quite ready for that. You know, we've really been talking
No,
about
there's women out there that only want to be their unicorns, and they only want to be with women.
Yeah, but I want him to. He can get some too.
Well, then you have to let that go.
Exactly. So that's what it comes down to. I have to get, and he's even too. He's like, I don't know if I could sleep with somebody else. You know.
Well, it's kind of funny. So my husband actually says to me, he says every time I sleep with someone else, even though you're there and you're watching, I just it draws me more closer to you. Like I just want to be with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, like almost like he's testing the waters. Like this is nice.
Yeah,
that's better.
Yeah, this one's okay, but that one's my favorite.
Yeah, right. And that's the thing. And I actually have a lot of friends that, again, forget about what is real and what's not, and then they're like in love with this other person. I'm like, but that person's not your person.
No.
You're just in love with the lust of it.
It's the lust. It goes back to the lust. It's always back to the lust.
And that's the thing. So you just get a girlfriend. A friend of mine had a boyfriend, and her husband would sit there and watch the football game because he was like, I'm tired. And he'd call him up, and he'd come over, and they'd do the thing, and she'd come down and, bye, I'll see you later. And he'd go, he'd be like, are you better now? Yep. Apparently she was wicked, like when she was younger, when they were younger, she was literally a nymph. He says it was bad. Because it was so bad to the point where, like, I couldn't keep up. So I said, get a boyfriend.
That's funny. You know, that's what works. It works.
Yeah, and they're a beautiful couple. They're such a beautiful couple. Like, if you meet them, you'll be like, I fucking love you.
Really?
Yeah, I fucking love you.
We were talking to our oldest the other day about like, oh, what would you think if we had a girlfriend? And she's like, well, they wouldn't like live here. Oh, she's like, well, I mean, I guess it'd be okay as long as they weren't like, hey, I'm banging that chick sitting on the couch.
Right. Well, the other thing I got to tell you is to be careful about is, so I have another friend of mine who we introduced to the life, and they did get a girlfriend. And the girlfriend became very possessive. And the rules are the rules. You set your rules. That's that. Yeah. You don't cross them. He doesn't cross them. She doesn't cross them. Those are the rules. Meaning, so their rules were like, you're just with me. We go out together. They actually became in a full-on relationship. And it's been 5 years. And then he gave the girlfriend a Valentine's Day card that said, I love you, and didn't give the wife one. Oh. So now he's kind of stuck in the middle because he's like, well, what's the big deal? Like, she's all alone and you're not. You have me. There's rules. You put her first. Like, so it's almost like a dominant thing, but not a dominant because you're submissive to the guy and each other, but it's not how it works. Or she goes to bed by herself, the wife does, and he goes to bed with the girlfriend. That doesn't happen.
No, that's not cool.
That's when you now start crossing over the line of falling in love with someone. So you just don't do it. And I have seen in the past 15 years of being involved in the lifestyle, I have seen so many couples break their rules.
Mm-hmm.
Our rules are our rules, and that's that.
Mhm.
Even if I don't agree with some of them, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I've been with like, you've been with these people before. Like, what do you?
Mhm.
Husband says no. We can argue about it in the fucking car all the way at home, and I can be pissed at him, or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
But those are the rules.
Yeah, we've adopted that where we're like, we're not going to argue about it now. You said this, that's what it is. We'll fight later.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
we
time to go.
definitely we have adopted that. Like, no, we'll argue later. Right now, we're doing this. We'll deal with it later.
Right, but the other thing is, like, we were somewhere, we were just at a house party, and William actually got he used to drink Kahlua and milk,
Mm-hmm.
and Kahlua actually makes the little mixtures,
Mm-hmm.
like the little White Russians and a little this, and he got them, and we were there, and he was a little 6-pack, and he was drinking them, and all of a sudden he just got like violently ill, like he was like ill, like so sick. Come to find out, they were expired
So
and
sick.
old.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I came up with Rodeo Roy. Because I was running through and I put his hat on and I jumped on his friend's back and everything. And then his other friend was all about me and everything. And Rodeo Roy realized that he was not feeling like, he was like, he went white. And William said, it's time to go. And not that I didn't want to leave. I didn't hear him originally because there's music and there's everything. And I was drunk. And he said, it's time to go. And then Scuba Steve, I give everybody weird names. Scuba started like falling all over me and everything. And I was, joking back with him and everything. And then Rodeo Roy stepped in and said, hey, off, you, out. Your man says time to go. But that was our group of people.
That's a good friend.
They know that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why those are the ones that I can stand in the hallway with late at night.
Mm-hmm.
And my husband's fast asleep and doesn't give a shit because he knows nothing's going to happen.
Because he knows they have his back and your back.
Correct. And the thing is, though, is that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know why we were leaving.
No.
Till the next morning, and he was like, did you not even see it? I was like, I was really drunk. No, I didn't see what was going on. You were sitting at the table, and my husband's not social. So he was sitting at the table just conversating with a couple people. He is not going to dance on tabletops. He is not going to fucking blow fucking fireworks in your ass and see what happens. He's not going to, it's not. I'm going to. And laugh about it later.
He'll pick up the pieces.
Yes. But he's not going to. But I didn't even know. But that's the point of it is you have to have your rules.
You have to.
You have to have your rules and you have to obey your rules.
Mm-hmm.
That's that. If you don't, you're fucked.
I see a lot of stuff like people have rules about porn, just and they're like, no, I don't let my husband watch porn. Which, first of all, it's ridiculous to me if you don't let your husband watch porn. Like, I mean,
That's how you get into their fantasy world.
Exactly. That's how you figure out what they want and how to get them to do things that you want. That's how I get Douglas to do things that he wasn't sure if he was what I would show. Look at what they're doing here. Oh, now I get it.
I had to watch a porn one day because my husband was trying to do this position, and I was like, I'm flexy bendy, but I don't understand what the fuck you're saying. And he's like, I'm gonna find that porn. And let me tell you,
it was worth to pull the phone.
It was worth the while.
But it's like the rule thing where, like, your wife says no porn. Okay, respect that. But I think it's ridiculous. But it's a simple thing of like, just respect the rule. Respect it. The rule. And
that's what it is.
Some marriages stress me out that are not healthy.
Yes. Well, one of the hardest things you'll ever do in life is keep your marriage.
Absolutely. It's work.
I don't give a fuck what anybody says. The hardest thing in life you're ever going to do is your marriage.
And fend off creepers.
Yeah.
But no, it's true. It's your marriage. It is literally the hardest thing. That it is work every day. It is work that I want to do every day.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, and talk about creepers. Like, we're going to start going to cruise nights and all that stuff. Back to that. And you're going to have creepers. Mm-hmm. But, like, Candice and I talk about rules. I'm very outgoing and whatever and all that. And I'm not saying that you're not, but I'm very, like...
It's different. We have different outgoing.
Right. I'm very outgoing in the manner of, like, I will push the limit to talk to somebody to kind of, like, see about their car, whatever. She may say to me, time to go, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
That's our rule. She
Yep.
says,
We
time
agree
to go,
with that
bitch.
too. Yep.
And later she can say, did you not see that axe in the backseat? He had like chains back there, and I know it was like chains, but maybe not. And it was duct tape.
Those are chains that we won't like.
Maybe you didn't catch it, but that's the thing. Like, you have rules.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna have creepers, and you have to establish, like, even in our world where we've had to establish and have these conversations
because we're a partnership in our own right.
Correct. So like, you have to have it. I've had people walk up to my car at the gas station and just sit there and look at me, and I'm like, can I help you? And like, I'm just admiring your car, but you're looking at me, the car's there.
Yeah.
Oh. But now, since Vinny is always traveling with me, not a lot of people walk up to the car.
That's good.
They stand like 10 feet back when he pops his head up and is like, what the fuck? This is my mom's car.
Yeah, don't get near this.
And he's very cute and likable. Don't fuck with his mom. His ears kind of go solid. His face becomes very masculine. Yeah, he looks like Mufasa. Actually, I'm like, oh, that's your Mufasa look.
That's so funny.
He's very proper,
Yeah.
and like his muscles start bulging. I'm like, you're such a stud, Vincent.
So one time, Deb was parked in the tow truck at Cumbie's right around from the shop, and Nikita was in there, and I happened to drive by, and I was like, oh my god! So I turned in, hopped out, went over. She didn't see me coming. I opened the door to the tow truck. She came out so hard, saw it was me. Oh shit! And I jumped. But it's funny. Dogs are like, if your dog is a car dog, they're like, no, you don't go near this car. Mm-hmm. And Nikita was a tow dog for a long time.
She was a tow hole for a while.
So yeah, but
She's
it's
so
just
cute.
so funny. I said, I'm glad you're protecting Dad, but like Mom.
Yeah. I'm here.
I've been your mother for 7 years.
Yes. I love her.
She can't find her way out of a paper bag.
Oh, but she'll get there. I know.
She's laying on the couch on her back, just legs spread. I'm like,
she's letting it fly because she's old now. She's like, I don't even care. There's no dignity left. I run this bitch.
Exactly. I've had people come up to me and be like, "Oh, I like your rims," and I'm like, "Thanks. Where'd you get them?" I say the name of the shop. Oh, well, do you have their number? No, you can Google them. We're done with this.
Yeah.
I'm like, ask for Doug. Say you like Candice's rims.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like,
That's all you gotta do.
I know you're not going to go get them, so keep it moving. Like,
It's like
why are we having this conversation?
Right. It's like a soft talk, like intro convo, and I know it. Like, so I always wear my wedding band and everything. And you want to talk about creepers? So I'm sitting there and I'm pumping gas. It was in the Chevelle. Sunday morning, I went out to the I went out to the grocery store and then to get gas. And this guy,
shopping cart.
Yeah, it's my grocery getter. And then this guy says to me, comes up to me and goes, "Hi, how are you?" And I'm like, "I'm great." "So you like cars, huh?" I'm like,
No,
"No, not at all." He goes, "Oh, so you're a wise gal." And I'm like,
ugh.
"Did you just say wise gal?" Now, mind you, I'm also very like matter of fact with people. So I look at him like, "Did you say wise gal?" He goes, "Did you like it?" And I'm like, "No, it's fucking weird, dude. What's up?"
Fuck away.
Like, what's up? And he's like, "Oh, so you're one of those girls who thinks she's too good." And I said, "Actually, no, I'm one of those girls that doesn't deal with this. So, like, what can I do for you?" He goes, "Well, I saw the car and figured that you couldn't, either your husband doesn't like you or," and I'm like, "What?" "Well, I didn't see a wedding band." And I said, "You mean that motherfucker?" "Oh." I'm like, "Well, clearly you're not smart because it goes in the left hand." "That's right." At the time, I didn't have a ring on my right hand. And I said, "In second, no, my husband loves me. That's why I have this car."
Yeah, hello?
Okay? So, no. Can you do a burnout? For you? No, you're not even worth wasting my time. I was like, but you have a great day. I saw that same fucker later at the shop. And I was like, you fuckface. He drove an Audi. Sorry. Not that I'm shitting on Audis, but there's no testosterone there.
That's a chick car.
It's a bitch car. I don't care what you say.
Absolutely.
It's a bitch car.
No.
It's if you roll up in a sedan Audi, I'm gonna be like, no, not happening.
I judge men who drive sedans.
Me too.
So I'm like, it's fine. It's okay. Maybe that's what they can afford, and that's okay.
I judge people in general on their car.
Yeah.
Judge to the hill.
Yeah.
I judge you like a motherfucker. And I don't care, but I judge people by their dogs and I judge people by their cars. Because dog, I can tell if you're an asshole and just live life like what the fuck ever because your dog is an asshole.
Yeah, your dog doesn't act right.
Your dog don't act right and you don't fucking have any control of your life. And your car, if your car is a fucking shit show, fucking pussy bitch car, you're probably whiny.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, you're whiny. If you drive a truck, that means you're a hard worker.
Mm-hmm.
Every fucking person I know that drives a truck, I don't give a fuck what kind of truck it is a hard worker.
Absolutely.
Don't give a fuck. You drive a big SUV, you're a family man.
Yep.
You're a family person.
Yep.
You're usually not driving a big SUV unless
you get 12 kids.
You got 12 kids, you got a wife, or you are the wife, or whatever. That's how it works. You're driving a Subaru fart can, you have tiny dick syndrome.
My mother wanted to get a Subaru before she got her car that she has now, but she's having so. I'm like, man, people already think you're a lesbian. Don't drive a Subaru.
Yeah, if you're a chick in a Miata or a Subaru, you're a lesbian.
You're a lesbian. And that's fine. I fucking love me a lesbian, like, all day.
Or you're a tree hugger.
Yeah.
And you want to save the world one step at a time. Or you are both. Yes.
And then you're just annoying.
Yeah. Yep. Or you want to save the earth.
I have weird things about car. I'm like, that's what you drive? Like, not in like a judgmental, like financial way, but as in like a, like, really?
Yeah, I've met some of the wealthiest humans in the world.
I'm fucking beaters.
That are driving shit boxes. So I never judge you financially off of what you're driving.
Yeah, it's like, that's what you want with?
Yeah. Because I actually just look at my husband. He's a very successful human and he drives all of our used cars. So when he rolls up, me, like, aw, babe.
Right.
But look at his garage.
Yeah.
So I don't judge people in that manner.
No.
But I do judge you based on what you're driving.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny because Kid Rock has made comments about it, and Jelly Roll has made comments about like what he drives and all that and everything, but it's simplicity. Like if you're a simple, kind human, you drive kind of like simple, elegant, kind cars. And there's something to be said for that.
Yeah, that's how I feel about my truck. I'm like, she's simple. Like everybody has a Yukon XL, but she's beautiful, and I love her. And I made her my own. I changed the grill. I added the rims. Like, I'm gonna get rid of all the chrome. That's my next step.
And when you do that, and first of all, your car's gonna signify you.
Mm-hmm.
And second, it says that you have passion and caring.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you take care of your shit and it looks nice.
I go to the car wash almost every day.
I do not, because I'm a loser and Vinny is petrified of the car wash, so I have to. Oh, he cowers down in the back seat.
That's the funniest shit.
And shakes the whole time. So I keep bringing him like one day a week through. Be like, hey, buddy, it's okay. So I've now gotten him from the floor to the seat next to me, and he crutches, like death grip into me, and I'm like, it's okay, but he stopped shaking.
Okay, so we're making.
So I'll take death grip, pause
over the shaking.
Over the shaking.
One of my dogs, my god dog, as I call her, she farts because she gets so scared. Scaredy farts through the car wash.
Vinny, I just learned, is a scared pee sprayer. That told me that when he went in for his arm. She goes, oh, he's very nervous. He wants to go home with his mom. And I said, what? She goes, oh, yeah, he's spraying pee places. He just on the floor, on the floor. She goes, it's like a trail. She goes, but he's kind of skilled because he doesn't get it on himself.
Well, Diablo does the same shit. You raise your voice one octave and say any three of the dogs' names. He's peeing. Fucking dog.
You almost have to be like, I'm going to yell at you later. That's what you come here.
Yeah, that's what I'm like, Diablo, you are a very good dog. You're the worst fucking dog on the planet. Diablo, you're so good.
So great. So great. Oh.
Emotional dog. Well, do you have anything else you want to say about creepers now that we've jibber jabbed about everything under the planet and a little bit of creepers?
All I want to say about creepers is be aware.
Be aware.
And especially as a woman, be aware.
Be aware online and in life.
If it's too good to be true, it usually is. Be aware, be self-aware, and don't cut yourself short because of the creepers. Meaning, you should still be able to dress sexy, be who you want to be, and get in touch with your inner self, and not be violated. But just be aware that there's violators out there.
Oh, absolutely.
So
but you have to be confident in yourself first.
Correct, 100%, and keep all your doors locked except for one.
Lock your doors.
Yes, creepers. So that's it.
That's
it for Creepers in the Backseat. Thank you very much for joining us. You can find all of our stuff on
hotrodmess.com. You can send us a message to hotrodmess.com. It is anonymous, 100%, unless you want to tell us who you are, but we'll always keep it anonymous unless otherwise specified. If you want to send us an email, hotrodmess@gmail.com. We check the email, so we're always in there. And check out our website. You can find everything, find all of our stuff, our personals, our stuff together. And that's about it.
And we have some fun stuff on TikTok that's now available to you guys for subscribing. So you can like get stuff and all that fun jazz.
Sure. With this stupid thing, we'll give it a second until it goes away. At like a certain time frame, it does this. I don't know why.
Give us a thumbs down. Maybe it's because it knows that TikTok hates us.
It's like, hates you. Why are you talking about TikTok? Oh my god. Yes. So go check out our TikTok. We have fun new subscriber things. You get a little bit extra from us, and I get to know us a little bit better and get to be more involved.
Yep. Awesome. Till next time. Peace.